These days, something absolutely explosive happened in the K-pop world today. One episode, 2 idols, thousands of reactions. And the result? The internet went up in flames. The latest episode of Two Kids Room, featuring Bang Chan and Felix from Stray Kids, has officially taken over the world. Fans are crying, laughing, and replaying the video over and over again. But more than that, they made it trend everywhere. Hashtag Hojuz shot up to worldwide trends number 17. In Japan, it reached number 11 under music trends. In Korea, Two Kids Room hit number 14 on national trends, and the name Felix itself was trending in 4 different countries: Australia, Italy, Singapore, and Brazil. This isn't just another episode. This is a cultural moment. One that made the entire fandom scream, "Chanlix Supremacy is real." But what exactly happened in this episode that made the whole internet lose control? Let's break it down. For those who might be new to the fandom, Two Kids Room is Stray Kids' intimate talk series, where 2 members sit down and have a completely honest conversation. No script, no filters, just raw, genuine talk. The concept sounds simple, but the emotional impact? Massive! And this time, the pair was Chan and Felix. Their relationship has always stood out, not just as leader and member, not just as Hyung and Dongseng, but as 2 people with a connection that feels deeply personal. They are, as fans like to say, 2 halves of one soul: the calm and the chaos, the leader and the light. So when fans found out that this week's episode would feature Chanlicks, the reaction was instant. Social media exploded with anticipation. People tweeted things like, "I waited years for this episode. I'm not ready. My heart isn't ready. Someone hold me before I faint." And as it turns out, they were right. They really weren't ready. The episode begins quietly. A soft, cozy set, warm lighting, 2 cups of coffee, just Chan and Felix sitting across from each other. Felix smiles, that soft, radiant smile that somehow feels like sunlight. Bang Chan sits with his usual calm energy, the kind that feels like a safe place. At first, they talk about little things, their schedules, random thoughts, small jokes. But gradually, the conversation deepens. Felix opens up about his early trainee days, how hard it was adjusting to life in Korea, how often he questioned himself, wondering if he was good enough or if he really belonged in the group. Bang Chan listened quietly, then says one of the most heart-melting lines in the series. "You were always enough licks, even when you didn't see it yet." That one sentence shattered the internet. Comments flooded in instantly. "I'm crying in 7 languages. Chan just healed my soul. Why does this feel so personal?" Fans didn't feel like they were watching idols anymore. It felt like watching 2 close friends comforting each other, healing each other. And that's the magic of Two Kids Room. So what made this episode so powerful? First, the chemistry was completely real. Nothing felt scripted. Nothing felt forced. Bang Chan speaks with quiet sincerity, while Felix radiates warmth in every word. It's like watching 2 energies balance each other perfectly, grounded yet glowing. Second, the timing was perfect. Stray Kids have had an incredibly busy schedule lately, and many fans were worried about how exhausted they seemed. So when 2 of the most emotionally open members sat down to talk about feeling safe, it struck a collective chord across the fandom. Third, the visuals. Let's be honest, the aesthetic was unreal. The soft lighting, the platinum blonde hair, Felix's star sticker under his eye, it looked like a scene straight out of a dreamy indie film. Fans literally said, I just watched a short movie titled Healing. And then there were the little moments. The way Chan laughed softly while looking at Felix. The way Felix reached out and touched Chan's hand mid-sentence. Tiny, unscripted gestures that made fans whisper, "This isn't just friendship, this is a soul connection." As soon as the episode dropped on YouTube, chaos erupted online. Within 1 hour, hashtag Hojuz climbed to number 17 on worldwide trends. In Japan, it reached number 11 in music trends. In Korea, Two Kids Room hit number 14 on national trends, and the name Felix itself was trending in 4 different countries: Australia, Italy, Singapore, and Brazil. Over 110,000 posts, all within hours. The timelines were flooded with fan cams, slow-motion edits, quotes, and captions like, "I need this kind of love in my life." They're my emotional support duo. TikTok edits using emotional audio tracks went viral again, and even search terms like Felix crying briefly trended in several countries. It wasn't just a fandom trend, it was a global reaction. The internet agreed this episode was unforgettable. What makes this moment truly special isn't just the trending numbers, it's the emotional connection it created. Every fandom has their comfort content. For Stay, this episode was exactly that, a safe space. Fans filled comment sections with messages about how much the conversation meant to them. They shared personal stories about feeling seen, about struggling with self-worth, and how Chan and Felix's words reminded them that healing takes time. One viral comment said, "They don't just talk, they understand. They've been through it, and they survived together." Another fan wrote, "I was having a bad day, but seeing them smile made me feel okay again." That's what sets Stray Kids apart. They don't just perform for their audience, they connect with them. They talk about real feelings, real insecurities, and real growth. Their bond isn't just inspiring, it's comforting. Because when you see them care for each other, you remember to care for yourself too. Let's talk about that phrase that dominated the timeline, Hojuz supremacy. The word Hojuz is a mix of fandom slang used in Japan and Korea for Chanlicks, representing the unique bond between Bang Chan and Felix. And this episode proved exactly why that bond deserves its own crown. Bang Chan is the steady presence, thoughtful, protective, and grounding. Felix is the emotional heartbeat, gentle, bright, and endless empathetic. Together, they create a balance that feels rare and almost cinematic. Fans often describe their dynamic as the calm after the storm. They don't need big words or dramatic gestures to express care. It's in the small moments, the glances, the laughter. For longtime fans who have followed Stray Kids since their trainee days, seeing how far Chan and Felix have come, not just as artists but as people, feels deeply emotional. It's a reminder of growth, resilience, and how love between friends can transcend everything. And as the buzz continues to ripple across platforms, one thing becomes clear. This wasn't just an ordinary episode drop. It was a cultural moment that reminded everyone why Stray Kids hold such a unique place in the global music scene. What's even more impressive is how Two Kids Room manages to stay authentic in a world obsessed with perfectly curated images. There's no flashy editing, no artificial drama, just two people being human, vulnerable, and real. That's the secret to its emotional gravity. Fans don't just watch Chan and Felix, they relate to them, their fears, their gratitude, their laughter. It all mirrors what millions of people feel but rarely express. In an industry where content is constant and attention spans are short, Two Kids Room stands out as a rare gem. It's intimate, grounding, and timeless. The success of the Chan and Felix episode shows that authenticity never goes out of style. So whether you're a long-time stay or someone just discovering Stray Kids, this episode is more than just fan service. It's a reminder of why connection, honesty, and heart still matter. Because in a world that moves too fast, moments like these remind us to slow down and simply feel. If you haven't watched Two Kids Room, Chan and Felix yet, do yourself a favor. Grab a drink, sit somewhere quiet, and let yourself feel it. Because this episode isn't just a casual chat. It's a moment of reflection, comfort, and raw emotion. Within 24 hours of release, worldwide trends, Japan trends, Korean trends,